Welcome everybody, and welcome to the First Grade Arts Showcase, A Tale of Tales. Here at Echo Horizon School, we integrate the arts across subject areas. Arts integration takes learning deeper for children. It gives them a deeper understanding of whatever it is you're trying to teach, whether it be math or science or language arts. I've had over 30 years of experience teaching using this arts integration model, and the proof is in the pudding. I've seen it many, many times. For this showcase, we connected with a language arts unit that was taught in the first grade classrooms in the fall, and they were working on fairy tales. And we sort of morphed that a little bit, and we chose a moral tale, and it is an African story, and it sends a message, and at the end sort of teaches a moral or a value. You're about to see a video that will explain everything your children have been doing in recent weeks in order to put this unit of study together for you, and the product at the end, which is the performance you'll see today. Thank you.
In theater arts, the students listened to a West African storyteller tell us the story of 2 ways to count to 10, and they watched how she used her body and her voice to act out all of the different animals of the story and how they danced and interacted with each other, and she did it all by herself.
Pulling from the story, with the region being West Africa, I went and pulled 2 West African songs and taught a drumming piece used for West African children in music, where they took the actual text of the West African song that they were singing and learned it in its actual language, spoke the rhythm, spoke the text, and then once they could speak it rhythmically, we added the melody.
And we used those 2 techniques and integrated them together in our classes, so they had a music/theater class where we would move all the transitions in their blocking on stage to where they move for different positions while they are singing. And then in addition to that, we added in their movement piece, so they were singing and dancing and doing their text
At the same time.
They did a great job.
They did.
In art, we looked at masks and why we use masks. And the kids straight away went to Halloween. They could turn themselves into someone else using a mask. They also talked about protecting their faces, like a hockey mask or a football helmet. And then we looked at specifically West African masks and why they use masks in their culture. And they use them for celebrations, things like weddings or celebrating the harvest. And they also use them to tell young children moral lessons.
Right. And the ceremony that we were depicting in Creative Movement was a celebratory dance. So, in the story, this is where all the different animals are gathering, and we're about to have a celebration dance. And we're using West African movement, which has a lot of energy and different body isolations.
We looked at the style of West African masks, and they discovered that they're very geometric. The facial features and the designs on them were very geometric. So each student got an animal, a photograph of an animal, and they did a drawing in their sketchbook of that animal, but they broke down the face into geometric shapes. And from there, we talked a little bit about what the masks from West Africa were made out of, and generally most of the masks are made out of wood, and we discussed why they thought that might be. And wood is the most, the cheapest, really easily found supply to use to make those masks. And so we looked around the art room to see what was plentiful here and easy to find and cheap, and it was cardboard.
In my class, that's where they got to be in the spirit of the animal. And they showed the characters from our story, which were monkey, antelope, elephant, boar, leopard. So you could see each animal had a different characteristic. Leopards were much more regal, elephants were bigger and stronger, and we discussed this in our class, and different characteristics that we would have and how we would show it through the dance.
Get ready for the first grade showcase.
A tale of tales.
2 ways to count to 10.
Let's move it!